Singapore, one of the cleanest cities in the world, where someone is always watching. The entire city runs so seamlessly and efficiently that it seems like a true urban dream. An island country in Southeast Asia with a multicultural population known as Instant Asia because it offers visitors a quick glimpse of the Asian cultures that immigrants have brought from all parts of the continent. The mix of different cultures has propelled Singapore to be one of the top gastronomy destinations worldwide. This city is a foodie's paradise. Welcome to Max Takes on World, and today I'm here in a foodie paradise, otherwise known as Singapore. Now I'm currently in Little India, so Singapore has many different cultural neighborhoods. There's a lot of Indian food here, a lot of Chinese food, and a lot of Indonesian food. It's just a mix of everything. I myself love Indian food, so we're gonna start here with some Indian food. What part of India is this food from?
This is the south item, sir.
Okay.
Chicken masala. This is the chicken gravy.
South Indian food. Excited. If you ever order food at an Indian restaurant and they tell you that it's not that spicy, it's just medium spicy, assume that it's very spicy because this chicken is good. They told me it was like medium spice level. But this is hot, coming from a person that loves spice. But I love it. Love the flavors of India, and I'm not trying to eat too much. I'm kind of full, but so much more eating left to do here in Singapore. It was a great first meal. When I think of Singapore, besides the food, I think of Marina Bay Sands, the expo. Garden Rhapsody is the signature light and sound show of the gardens by the bay, and its overall creative vision is led by award-winning lighting designer Adrian Tan. It is free admission to see the show. However, if you want to go up on the skywalk, there is an additional charge. I saw one show from the top of the skywalk, and the second I saw from down below, and it's great either way. But if you have the extra money, I would recommend going to the top for one show, just because some of the views you get to see of Singapore are absolutely stunning. I'm surprised how early some of these stalls are open. Some of them are actually 24/7, but to me they serve more like lunch and dinner food, but you can actually eat this stuff for breakfast, which is great. I am on a quest to find Nasi Lemak, a traditional Singaporean breakfast meal. We have Nasi Lemak. It's pretty much just fried chicken, egg, rice and beans, and I'm not too sure what this sauce is. I'll have to ask. Let's see how it tastes though. Let's see if it's spicy or, let's see. Wow. It's actually a really good sauce. A little bit spicy. This actually isn't beans. These are nuts. I thought they were beans earlier. Good twist for breakfast. I don't want to eat too much because we have a lot of food to try today. But man, like, Asians know how to fry some chicken. Like, I had to go back to get some more fried chicken. I'm low-key scared to jaywalk here in Singapore. Like, it'd be a red, like, for no crossing, but there'll be no cars. And like, normally, like, I'll just walk across the street, there are no cars. But here in Singapore, there's like cameras everywhere and huge fines. So, nah, fam, I'm not going out like that. I'm following the rules today. I'm starting to think maybe eating fried chicken for breakfast wasn't the best idea. I am feeling a little bad after. You know how it is when you eat like a lot of fried foods, or like you eat McDonald's or something like that. It goes down good, but after you start feeling like crap. So I just got off the MRT, which is the public transportation here, and one of the things I noticed is like 90% of people are glued to their phones, and I just thought that was so interesting. And in my head, I'm thinking, like, is this not modern day mind control? Like, is this not mind control? Like, people are so tapped out of reality, and I can't even front, like, myself too. Like, I went to check my phone and I like resisted because like I just saw everyone doing it, and like it was like hard to resist that. So just like food for thought about like being glued to your phones, you know, especially while traveling, because we're here to enjoy the country and the city we're in. And like I myself am guilty of it. Sometimes, you know, I'll just be like stuck on my phone instead of like just being in the environment. But live in the moment, people. That's all I'm trying to say. This mall is so huge. Like I thought it was kind of just like one strip, but then it has all these different angles to it and just like branches out. And you know, I've been to a lot of malls around the world, and this one, I think this is probably like the most luxury stuff I've seen all in one mall, besides being in Bahrain. But wow, like everything.
If it's love, I want everything. Touch my soul, touch my heart, don't judge my mental. They told me that life is simple, been real since Papa Pimple. I started out in the Renault Sonata, the presidential. Speak once and listen twice. They told me that less is simple. I'm observing in the room, I be flying all on the wall. Open mouth conversations, I leave you all in some awe. Cutting through the noise, I'm hoping I leave a scar. If you don't know where you been, how you knowing where you are?
Just cruising the night, I'm grooving. Thought you said you was my type, I'm moving too slow. Text back like shit, I'm
Marina Bay Sands Hotel has the largest infinity pool in the entire world. I just took the drone up there. Wow, amazing shots. If you don't have a drone like most people, you'll have to pay a night to stay at the hotel in order to be able to see and use the pool. But man, that is like a huge pool. Singapore is impressing me with everything.
I wasn't approaching you. I put my heart on your sleeve, wore like a brooch to you, and all in all, the outcome would be what it would be. You took a chance, I took the lead. We shook his sheets, advanced, and did the deed.
This has to be the coolest Apple store I've seen in my entire life. Like, look at that. Apple, literally an apple on the water. A hawker center is basically a large food court, and these hawker centers are pretty famous in Singapore. They're all over the place. They're famous because you can find a large variety of food here, and the food is really cheap compared to some of the other places in Singapore, because Singapore can be a bit pricey. One of the things you should know about the hawker culture is that the people that work in these booths work 12 to 16 hours a day. They take very seriously what they do, and you know, they want to make you the best food possible. Okay, so I see a lot of people in line for this stand right here. It's like the biggest line I've seen in here, so I didn't even do any research on this stand, but I'm hopping in it because the locals know what's up. So I'm just talking to someone else in line, and he tells me that if the line's this long, it's usually worth the wait.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
The mixed duck.
Mixed meats.
Mixed meats.
Yep.
Highly recommend it, so we're gonna check this out. While waiting in line, I met A.T., a local Singaporean who also gives food tours, and it just so happened to be I was doing a food video and he gave me so much great recommendations on different foods to try and different places to go, some that we'll go to later in the video. And that just shows, guys, start small talk while you're traveling, because you never know where it could take you. In this case, I met AT and his wonderful partner. We had lunch together, and he really gave me some helpful information that I'm going to share later in this video. I went back to Chinatown at night, and the food culture was still bustling here. I was surprised. I mean, even until the midnight hour, you could see all types of people out enjoying food, Singapore is one of those places where food is 24/7. There's never not an hour where you can't enjoy a good meal here. And that's something I truly appreciate about the Singaporean food culture. After stuffing my face full of biryani, I decided to walk off some carbs and check out Haji Lane, which is a bustling area of Singapore. It's super trendy here with lots of shops, a few restaurants, and a huge nightlife scene. This is definitely a place I would go out if you're in Singapore. And I stumbled upon my favorite dessert in the world, otherwise known as a Turkish baklava. Our friend AT from earlier recommended I go to Haji Lane to check out Victory Restaurant. He strongly recommended I order the mutton biryani. Biryani is a mixed rice dish originating among the Muslims of the Indian subcontinent. It is made with Indian spices, rice, and usually some type of meat. However, it's best served with goat's meat. Taking a bit, and I mean a little bit of a break from traditional Singaporean food to stop and eat at Nando's. Now, for those of you that don't know what Nando's is, it's a popular restaurant chain in the UK, and I just found out they have it here in Singapore as well. And every time I'm in London, like, Nando's is a must, so I have to stop and try it here as well. So this is one of my last meals in Singapore. I'll probably eat again at the airport, but in actual Singapore, this is going to be one of my last meals. And what a better way to end this trip than at a food hawker stall. So just like yesterday, I found the line with the longest line, and I'm going to check it out. It's been a long journey. I mean, a very long journey. In Singapore, just wow. Like, honestly, I'm so surprised about how much the city has to offer. Like, I heard a lot of things, just being in Bali. There's a lot of people that come to Singapore, but, just being in America, you don't really hear much of talk about Singapore at all. And now that I came here, I can tell all of you guys that the food is amazing. Like, I've never been any place like this with food. It's just everywhere you look, people enjoying different types of food, different cultures. Just Singapore is one of those places I wish I had more time in. If you're a foodie, you'll love it here. Honestly, this should be the top of your list. Make sure to like, subscribe, eat some good food, all the above, and until next time, fight on.